Hi, this is Tammy. This video and this channel's content is meant for those that are 18 and over. Thank you. Hi everybody, this is Tammy and I am back with another project share which was done for a challenge, and this time on the Facebook group Made by You, who was created by Evelyn, and I always forget her YouTube channel name, but I will put a link to her YouTube channel in the description box. And it's also administered by her and administered by Millie, and Millie doesn't do YouTube videos, but I will put in the description box also a link to the Made by You Facebook group. So they have monthly challenges, and also we used to do swaps, but we haven't since COVID, so I'm not sure when swaps will start back up, but in the meantime they've been having monthly challenges. And then this time the monthly challenge was to do to make an embellishment using nothing but punches. So I was on Pinterest and I was looking around and I saw a post for this super cute little owl made with nothing but punches, and that's what I decided to do. So here is the Pinterest post. It was posted by Split Coast Stampers, and then when you follow the link, it takes you to Split Coast Stampers, and then it also eventually takes you to the person that created it, and I believe her name is Bronwyn Easley, and this is her website. So it's @Inktive Designs, and her name's Bronwyn Easley. So here is the one that she created, and she actually created it, her post said, because somebody had sent her this super cute little one, and it was a gift card holder. So she decided to take it and turn it into a note card. So she made it into a note card, so you can see that's the inside, and I just took it and I made it into just an embellishment. So it's not it doesn't open up or anything like that. It's super easy to make it a note card. So I'm not exactly sure. So you can see here from this picture all of the different shapes that she used. I just went through my stash and I found as many punches as I could that would help me create this cute little owl. So I'm going to show you what I used. They may not be exactly the same punches that she used, but if you're wanting to create this, then I first suggest that you just go through all of your punches and see what you have and see what you can use instead. So the main punch is a top note punch, and she says it's a top note bigs and you need 3 of them. So mine is not as big as the one that she had, but I still just used 3, and mine is a Stampin' Up like label or top note die. So I used this for the body. I happen to have this is a 1-inch scallop circle punch, and I have bought this to do some layering and making some card candy. So I have this in my stash already. So that this is the punch that you need for the wings. And then the feet, she has here 4 hearts for the feet, but I only needed 2 because I was not making a note card. I was just making a flat embellishment. So I used this EK Success punch that is called Confetti Hearts, and I was looking for something that I could use for feet that wouldn't be a lot bigger than my top note, because I did have another heart die or heart punch, but it was way too big. So I used this Confetti Hearts punch, and I used this heart right here for the feet, and then the other hearts that are on there were I needed another heart for the beak, but these were too big, so I couldn't use those for the beak. For, I guess, the little belly, you needed so hers is on the larger side, and I wanted mine to be smaller. So she used a 2.5-inch circle punch for the belly, and I had this Tim Holtz 1 1/4 circle punch, and this is what I used. So that's what I used for the belly. And then for the eyes, she used 1 3/8-inch circles and then 3/4-inch circles for the eyes. So I used this little punch from the Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby. I remember getting this. I thought it was like a confetti punch, but this was actually perfect for what I needed because it gave me 3 different sizes that I could layer for the eyes. So I used all 3 of these for the eyes. So this is for the outside and also for the lid. And then you need 3 of this size. You need 2. This is for the white part of the eye, and then the smaller one I use for the black part of the eye. And then for the beak, I used this Martha Stewart corner punch, and I just used, you know, it's a heart corner punch, so I just used the hearts that it popped out, and I used the smaller one. The one in the center is larger. The ones on the outside edges are smaller, so I just used one of those. And that's all I would have needed, except I actually added a little bow on, you know, on his hanging from his neck. So I used this tiny little EK Success punch that I got from, I think I got this from Michael's a long time ago, and it's a cute little bow. So those are all of the punches that I used, and I already had all of these in my stash. So again, if you're wanting to do something like this, just look through your stash and see what you have. You might even have a die that could do the top note part. Before I realized I had this scalloped circle punch, I was just going to use a regular 1-inch circle punch. So you could definitely do that. You don't have to use a scallop circle. So those are the things that I used, the punches that I used. I also used some Hickory Smoke Distress ink to give the pieces some shadowing and depth. I also used this Jelly Roll pen in white to do the dots on his eyes. So here it is up close again. And then I'm going to do a really quick tutorial on how I put it together, because I did have to do a little bit of cutting to get it to look kind of like this. So I think it's just super duper adorable. And again, mine's flat. It's just an embellishment. But if you wanted to do a card, then instead of gluing this back flap down on top of the front part, so this would all be the front of the card, and then you'd have another top note. It's like another 1.5 top note, and then you glue those together and then glue them to the underside of this back flap, and then that would give you a card that opened. Okay, so here I already punched out everything. I still use gray cardstock that I had in my stash. She used pink for the little nose and pink for the feet, and this little pattern paper for the belly. I looked through a book that I had close by, and it had on the back of the page, it had this really beautiful marble pattern. So that's what I used for the belly, and also for the heart, the feet. I punched those out from that paper. And then here are the scallop circles for the wings. Here are the pieces, the gray pieces for the eyes, and I've already distress inked everything. So you need 3 of these if you want to do the sleepy eye look, meaning the eyelid on the eye. If you don't want to do that, then you only need 2. So actually I need to take one of these and cut it in half. So let me do that really quick. And then I just eyeball it and cut it in half. And then let me distress ink this inner edge. Okay. Okay. Great, I dropped it. Okay, so I'm just going to use some art glitter glue to put this together. So I'm going to start by making the body. So because her top note was larger than what I have, and I wanted the body to be a little bit longer than just one top note, I'm going to actually glue two of them together. So I'm just going to layer one on top of the other one. And then the little belly and also the wings is going to cover, you know, that layering. So you can glue them, you know, as close or as far apart as you like, but I did like maybe like a little bit, maybe like a half an inch. So I just glued that like that, and then I'm going to put on the belly. So here is, oh, I didn't distress ink this. Okay. So I'm going to put that right over the center. Okay. And now I'm going to glue on the, actually I'm going to hold off on a second on gluing down the wings. So you can see mine, here is mine, and you can see that this is the body that I've just made, and my whole owl is way shorter than that body. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a little bit of this, because here is the third top note, and I folded it, I scored it and folded it in half, and this is the head where you're gonna put the eyes and the little beak and all of that. And you want that beak part to overlap the belly a little teeny bit. And if you leave this top note, the top note, at the height that it currently is, it's not gonna touch the belly. You could have put the belly a little bit higher, but then it kind of looks a little bit off, and then you're not gonna really be able to cover up where you joined the top note at. So all I ended up doing was cutting off the top of this top note, just from this point right here to the other side. And I think that was enough to, let me see. Yep. I might have cut it a little bit more. Let me put the, yeah, let me cut it just a little teeny bit more, and then it should be good. And you can use, you know, your paper trimmer if you're not comfortable cutting it by hand, but I'm just eyeballing it and cutting it and then testing it, and that's good. Okay, so I do need some pop dots, and I didn't bring my circles, so I'm just gonna use this square piece and cut it in half. So I just have some pop dots here that I'm gonna put on the back of the wings, and it's too long. And then the next one, sorry, I'm off camera. I probably should have tilted the camera down more. So I'm not going to glue this on yet. I just want to place it so that I can see where I'm putting the wings. So I'm going to put the wings overlapping the belly and also covering up where I joined the two top knots, and just a little teeny bit underneath the head part. So that looks good, and it also hangs over the side edge just a little teeny bit. So that's the first one, and then here's the second one. I'm trying to make them even, and again I'm trying to get it a little bit under the headpiece, over covering the where I overlapped it and also overlapping the belly, and I think that looks good. So I'm just going to press it down to push those into place. Okay, so now we can glue on the head. So to put the head part on, I'm going to pop that up a little bit also, but I'm going to use this black dimensional tape that I get from Daiso. And the only reason why I'm using it is because it is not that thick, so the dimension that it's adding is not a lot. And I think it's just, yeah, it's just wide enough to be half of the top note that I have. So I don't need to cut it. Oh, I need to cut it in this corner right here because it's hanging over. But yeah, so there. And then I'm going to take that off. And then I'm going to fold it. And then I'm going to put the body part right up against that fold. And making sure that those side pieces are kind of hidden while I fold that over. And then push it down. And then I can add a little bit of glue onto the back and glue that down here as well. You could also add, I cut mine more. You could also add another something on the back. Maybe you put like a little label or a sticker or a to from or something like that on the back of it. But I'm just going to glue this down. And that's way too much glue, but that's all right. Okay, so now let's do the eyeball, the eyes. So cute. So I'm going to take, and I didn't pop any of this. All I did was just layer it. So I'm going to take one of the gray circles, one of the white circles, and glue that onto, let me tilt down my camera. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to take one of the white circles and glue it. Just put a little bit of glue on the back. And glue it to the gray circle and make sure it's kind of centered there. And I'm going to put that down. And then here's the other one, the other white circle. A little bit of glue. And put that onto the gray circle. Make it kind of centered. And then I'm going to glue the black circle. And that's a little too much glue. In the center of the white circle. And kind of make it centered. And then the last one. Now I'm going to take the little eyelid piece, which is the third of the gray circles that I cut in half. And then I'm just going to glue this right on top of the black circle. And then just make sure that it's like even. Okay, so that's one eye. Here's the next one. So again, if you don't want to do like the sleepy or the lidded eye look, you can just leave it like this and do the white, we'll use the like a white jelly roll or something, just put a dot on the eye to give it the that light effect, or I don't remember what you call it. Yeah. Okay, so there are the two eyes. So now I'm going to glue those together. And actually, before I glue on the eye, I'm going to glue on the beak. So here's the tiny, tiny little heart, pink heart that I'm going to use for the beak. So I'm just going to put a dot of glue. So it's going to meet, it's going to go right over that peak of the top note. So I'm just going to put a tiny dot of glue right there. And then put the beak on. And it's going to go down past the edge of that top note. The point of the top note, it's going to go down past it. Okay, so then your eyes are going to be very close to the beak. So here is the first one. I'm going to kind of turn them a little bit. And then put on the second one. And then on hers, she had like a little flag in his wing, but I didn't do that. I just put a little bow tie on him. So really cute. And today when I was, I didn't put on his feet. Today when I was pulling up the thing from Pinterest, I also saw that she had basically did the same thing, but she turned it into a koala bear. And it looks so cute. And then she had a few different ones where she did, you know, a little different things here and there with the owl, whether she put something different in his hand or whatever. But they all came out so cute. So let me put on the feet. And I didn't distress ink these either. Let me do that really quick. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue at the top of the heart, and then I'm going to glue it right here at the curve of that top note, so you're only seeing the bottom part of the heart. And then put on the second one. So I just think they're so cute, and again, I was really surprised that I had all the punches that I needed. But, you know, even though I didn't have exactly what she used, I made it work with what I had. So there you go. There's your owl. And this one came out a little bit taller than mine because I didn't cut that top, the second top note that I glued to the bottom one. I didn't cut it down as much. So you can have them at different heights based on the size of the top note that you have or how you layer them. So I hope you give this a try. They are super duper adorable. And then, oh, I forgot the eye, the little dot in the eye. So I just used, like I said, a jelly roll pen. And let me make sure that it's, yep. And I just put the little dots on the eyes. That's it. Adorable. So cute. So thank you so much everybody for watching. Definitely give this a try. It is so fun. And again, you could make this you could make it a, like the original person had done, you could make it a gift card holder by, I think she put a bag in between. She made like a second one with just the body part and put that on the back of the bag and sandwiched it. And then the post that I saw, the lady had made it into a note card where she had the body again on the back and this was the front, and you just lifted it and it was a note card. But I just made mine into one single panel so that it's just an embellishment. But so thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you're all having a really great day. Thank you. Bye.